Hi, welcome to this channel where we cover the solar projects and renewable projects exclusively for the MSME. My name is Dinesh Kumar and I have over 10 years of experience in the solar industry. And now in this video, we are going to look at the policy which is in the draft stage of the cradle, that is the Karnataka policy, saying that what it says and what it means and what all the changes or what actually is proposed in the policy. So I'm going to take through those things so that you are able to get the snapshot of the policy, that's a draft policy as of now. And once we it is announced or it is the government order is done, then again I'll make another video if what all the changes from the draft to the original order, right? So with this, let's get in and understand what's there in for us. Are you ready? Let's get in now. So here we go. So Karnataka draft policy for the energy policy, that is renewable energy now. This policy will run from 2021 up to 2026. So this is the period which they have taken, and within this period it is possible that there can be amendments based on the various situations and the KERC and a lot of inputs. It can happen, but the draft is made from 21 to 26. The policy framework will stay up to that. Now if you see, Karnataka has got 15,037 megawatt of installed renewable energy projects. So Karnataka is one of those states which is rich in the renewable energy resources. So it has really garnered 15,037 megawatt. And the renewable energy, the objective of this particular policy is that need to have looking at 20 megawatt with or without the energy storage, in which 2 gigawatt, sorry, it's 20 gigawatt, so 2 gigawatt of rooftop solar. So that's very huge. And that kind of, what the policy is looking for, that means there will be a lot of supporting thing for the industries to go for the renewables, so that, as I always keep saying, save and profit. So once you learn how to save the electricity, and the game changes for an MSME who is intensive in terms of using the electricity. Now, RPO targets. So RPO targets is intended in this policy, intend to achieve the RPO targets set by the KERC from the time to time. And RE energy parks, which includes a hybrid of both the solar and the wind. So I'll just come to that, which is beautifully drafted, as I gone through the policy. So I'll just show you as well, where the land mass, is optimally utilized. So the projects are going to come up as wind and solar. So you can have a hybrid. It also means that you already have a wind and you could put solar there, or you have a solar and if there is a possibility of putting a wind turbines there, so you could do that. So this policy supports and encourages that. And building an ecosystem mainly for distribution centric, and the focus is on the agriculture feeders. So there are feeders which goes for the agriculture purpose, for the pumps, because we need to do this, otherwise all concentrated projects of solar cannot come in one single place and we can't be loading that. So it's that in the mornings it works and it pumps in more energy, whereas there may not be a requirement or the need of consumption within that area. So this is wonderful that you are able to feed to the agriculture feeders. So earlier also, in the earlier policy also, this was there, where agriculture feeding, like we had the scheme of farmer scheme, and also we had a rooftop scheme where even in the land, agriculture lands, if there is a shed or something, we could construct and we could be able to sell the energy. So that was very good, where few projects happened and few didn't take over. So we'll not get into all those things, but the intent of having to feed to the agriculture feeder itself is a real great idea, and that really helps to manage the load and encourage the renewable energy into the transportation sector. Now this is going to be again something very, very huge, right? Yeah, we might be just sitting on the beginning of this wave, but this is going to be very, very big. So imagine now transportation slowly gets into using the RE, especially the storage, and then we have vehicles running, and if that can be powered by renewable energy, so we can even can have a complete independence from the grid, and we could be doing that. And this policy encourages the transportation entire industry to do that sector. As already told you, the wind and the solar hybrid is what is the next game, because the land mass, right? Already there are projects on little optimization. I think that's a great idea. What you get with the parks, so there are about like Pavagada is one of the success story for Karnataka, which is 2050 megawatt has been installed. That's a great a great achievement, in fact, for all of us being in Karnataka. That's a great achievement to have such things. And we have wind and solar hybrid. There are 3 places which has been kind of identified, which is Chitradurga, Davangere and the Ballari. Okay, because here we have a lot of wind projects, and these areas have been identified where there is a great potential of having wind and solar together. And the potential, the overall RE potential is estimated at 86,792 megawatt. Huge opportunity, which is available in the Karnataka for the renewable energy. And potential for wind and solar is estimated at 11,065 megawatt as per the document, as per the draft document. So this is going to happen in maybe predominantly in these 3 regions: Chitradurga, Davangere and Bellary. So if you are having a unit there, if you're having factory there, so if you already own a solar or a wind project as a MSME, if you do that, look at it, because this could be a game changer. This could be adding to your revenue. This could be adding to your savings. So this is the possibility which can happen. And ultra mega RE park, that will be too big. So as we are covering for the MSME, so we know that, we are aware that such projects are coming, which will really change the game for the entire state, being as a RE renewable energy, and it can be a front runner also if all these things really takes off and does. Very important for the MSME for us to know is that we need to clearly understand it's one Bible, as what I understand is the Electricity Act 2003. So there you need to go through. So I'll give a couple of sections. Section 86(1)(e), which is an RPO, right? So that is a renewable obligation what we have. So look at it and look at if you fall under the obligation. So if you do fall under the obligation and you need to fulfill those obligations, then it will be ideal that with all these policies in place, it's a good idea to put up a plant, maybe a rooftop will be wonderful. And because I have dealt with many projects, so rooftop projects are the best, because you can produce on your roof and use it within the plant. That's the ultimate solution. So you can look at that. Okay, if you want any consulting from us, so we for the client, we don't charge or anything for the MSME. So you could reach out to us and have a half an hour call, and then see how we want to work together, and we can bring people from the industry so that they're able to provide the right solutions for your problems. Now let's go to the next one. So this is very important, saying that what is all the cost. Sometimes this can be very, very simple, but this is sometimes without having a proper knowledge, right? So few companies might have knowledge, few don't have, and as a consumer, it's very important as MSME that one need to know what is the policy and what all the different costs, and everything is transparently given in the policy, and even after the GO it will be available. Just that we need to be aware. And if you want to just refer to something, watch this video, because I have already covered that in this video. Now the draft policy, so what we are looking at is what is the area. It's very important that one need to know if you are putting a solar rooftop project. So as a consumer, as an MSME, you need to know, saying that what are the costs involved and what is the process. So I'm just going to cover as of now as per the draft. So once the GO is done, I'm going to cover that extensively once it's done. Now we'll just understand how the draft policy is going and what we can all expect, until the GO is done. So we'll be looking at what is the area required on the rooftop. So 1 kilowatt, how much area you need, and application fees. What is application fees, and what is the statutory fees, and what all the other processes you require to install the solar on your rooftop. So as per the policy, it's about 100 square feet per kilowatt is what is required for us to put 1 kilowatt on the rooftop. So 1 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್ಗೆ 100 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಫೀಟ್ ರೂಫ್ಟಾಪ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ, 1 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟಿಂದ 5 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್, 1 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್ ಟು 5 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್, ₹500 ಪರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ 5 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್ವರೆಗೂ ₹500 ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫೀಸ್. 5 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್ ಟು 50 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್ ₹1,000. 1,000 ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ, 5 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟಿಂದ 50 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್ಗೆ. 50 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟ್ ಟು 1 ಮೆಗಾವಾಟ್, 1 ಮೆಗಾವಾಟ್ವರೆಗೆ, 50 ಕಿಲೋವಾಟಿಂದ 1 ಮೆಗಾವಾಟ್ವರೆಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫೀಸು ₹2,000. 1 megawatt to 10 megawatt, right? Mostly on a MSME we may not have this opportunity, but yes, if we do have, then it will be 5,000 per project. So where does this apply? When you have multiple roofs in the same compound or area, where have it held like this in spinning mills, where it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 megawatts and all in single campus. So yeah, that's how it does. Then we get into the DPR, that is a detailed project report. To process that, there is a fees. So what is that fees? 1 kilowatt to 5 kilowatt, ₹1,000, ₹1,000. 5 kilowatt to 50 kilowatt, 5ರಿಂದ 50 kilowatt, ₹2,000 per project. 50 kilowatt ಇಂದ 1 megawattಗೆ ₹5,000 per project. And 1 megawatt to 10 megawatt, ₹10,000 per project. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 2 ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, 2 ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫೀಸು, ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು DPR ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಫೀಸು. 2 ಫೀಸು ನಮಗೆ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ DPR fees. Now here is where we are going to look at how and the timelines, right? It's very, very important that people understand the timelines of the project. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೇನು ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ 2 ವರ್ಷ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವರ GO ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ GO 2 years is a timeline. So we need to verify whether that GO a person offering, right, if he might be having a park, solar park, is that it is 2 years validity is there or not. If already 1.5 year is done, that means they have to renew. So there is a risk which yes, up to another 2 years is done. That means 4 years is what is maximum allowed for a project, in the park basis and other things. So I'll just ignore the wind and the biomass and energy storage because it will not be scope as of now in this YouTube channel. So we stick to the solar energy project. Okay. Now, important details for the ground mount solar. Ground mount solar, again we look at the area, what is recommended, what is proposed. Means if the government has to allocate the land, how much land they'll allocate. That's the whole thing here, right? The government would say that it's saying like 3 acres per 1 megawatt. 3 ಎಕರೆ 1 ಮೆಗಾವಾಟ್ಗೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರಷ್ಟು ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ 3 ಎಕರೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ 1 ಮೆಗಾವಾಟ್ಗೆ. So 3 and above is what we need to install 1 megawatt of project. Now what all the fees, what all the cost one need to incur will be, first is application fees 1 lakh, DPR processing fees 25,000, 25,000. Performance bank guarantee ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. BG will be 5 lakh rupees. And the net worth ಒಂದು 30%. 30% of the DPR which is submitted should be the net worth of the person who is actually putting this plant now. So time extension every one year will be 1 lakh. 1 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 1 lakh time extend ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. and the transfer fees will be 1.5 lakhs. So ishtuno, these are all the costs one need to know when they're getting into the project. There are other costs, I'm just saying, which is defined in the policy. Now there will be other costs which may not be defined in the policy, which might come up as you go forward, but these are all something which is predefined, right? And this might change once we get the final GO. So this is the draft. So we're just having, and most probably the draft to GO may not be, because when they're making draft itself, most care is taken. Yeah, based on the feedback, few changes might happen, but it is all I'll be covering in another video for the MSME to take it. Now, download the draft document, which I'll be giving in the link, right? Reach out to us and we will give you the document, or you can also go and take it from the Credil website. And you can stay updated. Very, very important is that you stay updated, right? Updation ತುಂಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಈ ಪಾಲಿಸಿನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಲ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ MSME, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಾರ್ಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ರೈಟ್, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ. You can reach out to us so that we can work together and we can provide more solutions, right? And our objective is to save and profit. So you save, you profit. So whatever contribution we can do, we'll be doing that. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.